Welcome to the Church of Will. Hope you guys are doing okay. Welcome to a friggin' Friday. We got some people and we got some important guests. We've got Mr. Motobomb Virginia. Vertical Live, you will see the comments at the top. I am Sterling Wheel, your gas pastor. We have made it to Friday. I don't know if you kids have been out in the public yet. I don't know if you've sampled the general population. I don't know if you've taken a gander at Gen Pop this morning, but people got some friggin' frisky attitudes. I'll friggin' tell you that. It's a little too early to cuss, so I am substituting words, but you know what F word I meant to use. I People got some friggin' problems. I've I woke up in the middle of Illinois, Troy, Illinois to be exact, and I had a nice night. It rained a little bit. It was nice. It was pleasant. It was cool. And walked into the truck stop to grab a coffee for the morning and get along my way, get along, little doggies. And everyone had a really bad attitude. And it's like I opened up my phone app and I looked at how much money I got in the bank, and I was like, why is everybody else so miserable? I've got money. You know, it's friggin' payday. I hope you kids got paid today. Maybe that's why people are just being stupid this morning. Very upset people. There are not many shiny, happy people in the world right now. I don't know if is there a war or something going on? Is there something? Is there trouble in the Middle East? Is there something in the news bothering you? What is Kim Kardashian doing? What is Kim Kardashian doing? I've got a message on my computer. I will distract myself by reading it. Motobomb Virginia says it is a festive morning. I don't know what you mean by that. It's gloomy outside. I will show you what it looks like outside. We are at a hot dog refinery. This is where liquid pigs get dropped off to be turned into wieners. I am looking for a message I just received. Ba, 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 da, ba, 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 da, da. Let's see. Okay, let me I'll read you an important message brought to you by Sterling Trucking Delivers. I am a truck driver, and I like to educate people every once in a while. So I need to change something real quick. We need to go. I need you kids to embrace the STD. Sterling Trucking Delivers. I have an important message for you kids. I want you all to gather around, take notes. So we have a hot topic in the trucking industry this morning. SEAL protocol. Do you kids know what a SEAL is? Have you been to the zoo and you're like, hey, there's a funny looking dog faced animal that's waterproof? No, not that kind of seal. And I don't have any seals around me that I can display for you. You're just going to have to imagine what a seal looks like. The seal we put on the back of the trailer, right? So, SEAL protocol. Very important. We follow and are fully aware of this topic. SEAL protocol. Make sure the shipper seal is intact and matches the bills prior to leaving the shipper. So when we pick up our load, we check the seal. Make sure it's not broken. Make sure it matches our paperwork. Now, second part, if no shipper seal provided, notify claims department and put a Martin seal on it, documenting the seal number on the bills. So if you carry your own seals on your truck and have to put your own seal on it, make sure your broker knows about it or the company that you drive for. I drive for Bluebird, so I have to call the claims department and tell them, hey, these guys didn't give me a seal, so I'm using my own seal. We all if you work for a company, you should have company branded seals. And all drivers should carry their own seals. You can pick them up at any truck stop, the JJ Keller seals. And if you're an owner operator, go ahead and order branded seals for your company whatever your company name is, it looks professional, and there's not enough professionalism going on in the world right now. Make sure your padlock is on the seal guard prior to leaving the shipper. Some of these trailers out here have what's called a seal guard, and it's just this little metal thing that covers the seal and prevents people from snipping your seal. Freight theft is not on the rise. It has always been very high. If you look around a truck stop, you will see broken seals everywhere. There's a lot of freight, and they will pop your trailer just to take a look at what's inside. So always attach a padlock in addition to a seal. The padlock closes the seal protector, so that little thing that's designed to chop your fingers off if you're not careful. Close the thing over the hasp, put a lock on it. Seal goes on the trailer hasp itself, not on the seal protector. That's what your padlock is for. Check the seal at every stop to ensure it's still in place and secure. I will add another thing to that. Always take a picture of your seal. And you should be taking a picture of the inside of the trailer every time you pick up a load and the trailer doors are open. Take a picture of it. Make sure you have evidence of a load lock or some form of load securement on said trailer. Then close your doors, seal it, take a picture of that seal. Back away and make sure you take a picture of the back of the trailer. It shows the trailer number and the license plate on the trailer. And keep that on you at all times. The trucking industry is constantly looking for ways to fire you. So try to head them off at the pass. Make sure you've got plenty of evidence, because everything is used against you in a court of law. There's no such thing as pleading the fifth in trucking. You can't. There's no Miranda rights in the trucking industry. You are guilty until proven innocent, and you cannot. I mean, you could try to say, "Don't talk to me, copper. I want my lawyer." It ain't gonna work because they're gonna confiscate your phone. They're gonna force you to take a drug test, and you are fired until further notice. Anyway, take pictures of shit. Never break a shipper seal. Ever. Never break a seal. Even if they tell you, break your seal and put it in the dock door. Now, I know many of us, including myself, do not follow that rule. But the people that you are delivering to are supposed to be breaking that seal, not you. I do have a set of bolt cutters on the truck because bolt cutters at shipping and receiving offices are often terrible and get stolen and broken and used for stuff that they're not supposed to. But yeah, never break a shipper seal. The personnel at the consignee is to break shipper seals, not the drivers. If you run into any seal issues at all at shippers, en route, or at deliveries, you need to call claims department immediately. If you're a independent truck driver, call your broker and say, "Hey, I was sitting there at the pilot chomping down some pilot pizza and a Mountain Dew." No, Monster Energy, the white one, the white Monster. Yeah, I know you drink that. Come on, it matches your white framed Oakley sunglasses. If you have any issues with the seal, call the broker, call your company. Do not proceed to delivery if issues happen en route. I am a refrigerated truck driver. I haul refrigerated trailers. I am part of the food supply of America, which is guarded very closely. And there are shippers and receivers out here that will reject an entire load if it is not sealed or sealed correctly, or a wrong seal has been applied without evidence that seal was put on and a story behind it. Trust me, you do not want a load of milk making it to a store. Milk is the number one. If there's a seal issue on a load of milk, they will reject the entire $75,000 load of milk. Cheese, stuff like that. A lot of produce is extremely sensitive, and that's food supply. You cannot The easiest way to ruin a country is to alter their food supply. So that is very high on the list of national security. And those of us in the trucking industry, we are on the front lines. We know what's going to happen to America. We know what's happening in America. We see it before anyone else. You might have your Twitters and you might have your Fox Newses and your CNNs and your ABCs. You have all your news networks. I know the news. I know what's going on in America. I, as an American truck driver, we know what's happening to this country before anyone else because we are the barnacles of society. Now, in all seriousness, if you want to know what's going on with your country, just ask a truck driver. We already know, and we've thought about it for 10 hours at a time, for weeks at a time, maybe even months at a time. So yeah, seal protocol. Make sure you check your seals. Make sure you use your little padlock over there. We like padlocks. We don't like tampon locks. Um, and help me help you to save America. So that's enough with Sterling Trucking Delivers. I hope you caught your STD this morning. We've got a new little, we got a little friggin' new icon right there. StreamYard. That's right. I am using StreamYard. We are also sponsored by Iron Skillet. That's right. Get yourself on down to Iron Skillet and eat food that, it's okay. That's all right. But let's go back to Sterling Wheel. I am your guest pastor this morning. We're talking hogwash. We got some hogwash going on in the cow, the Church of Wheel. Let's get to the comments because that's exactly what you kids pay me for. I get paid. I am I'm unemployable. I'm unfriendly. I'm ugly, and I'm an American. And the only money I make is on YouTube. It's not true. Porn. Motobomb Virginia says it is a festive morning. I agree with you. Motobomb has dropped all the emoticons that are available on my channel. As a distinguished channel member, you get access to some special things. I tell you what. For one, you get the archive of my channel. Members get to see videos that come out to the public. There's currently a members only video called coffee, 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 coffee. Because every once in a while I have a coffee and it lights me up for the entire day. I've been backing away from caffeine, so when I do have caffeine, it hits hard. And one good caffeinated drink will get me through the whole friggin' day. I've been trying to back away from sugar. I've been trying to back away from grain. I'm trying to get back on my diet, but it's hard to do because nobody hugs me. So if you see me in public, I demand don't announce yourself at all. Don't say who you are. Don't say what you're doing. Just hug me. It's totally. Today is National Hug a Trucker Day. I want you to cut a truck driver off in traffic. I want you to pit maneuver a semi truck today. I want you to slam on your brakes and force a truck driver to stop. And then I want you to run up to his cab door. Most of them don't lock their doors. Rip them out of the cab. Don't even give them a chance to put it in park or neutral. We park in neutral and we use parking brakes. Rip a truck driver out of his cab today and give him a hug. It is National Hug a Trucker Day. Okay? Just give us a hug. That's all we want. Moto Bomber Virginia says, wish I could play like that intro. You can. You just have to do it. My friend, you are a highly skilled guitarist. You can play anything that you want, my friend. I have complete faith in you. Please, just play. You're a very skilled guitarist, my friend. Grab your guitar and play. Train your ear and play. That's all you got to do, my friend. Motobomb Virginia is a highly skilled guitar player. His comments right up there because we're on vertical live this morning. Welcome to Church of Wheel. Every once in a while I go vertical just to see if I can push the Church of Wheel out to some new people. I demand that you go to a random person today and tell them to subscribe to my channel. The next person, the person sitting to your left, I want you to tell them that Sterling Wheel demands that they subscribe to his channel. So go to sterlingwheel.com and subscribe. I don't have a website. I guess I need a website. Somebody make me a website. One of you moderators. Anyway, Bono Bob Virginia is a valued channel member. He is a highly skilled guitar aficionado, and he's a great tattoo artist as well. Check out his channel. He's got a pretty good channel. He's got himself a pretty good community around there as well. Motobomb, Virginia. He makes great videos. Motobomb, Virginia says, money me. No, we don't need money today. It's payday. I already got paid. I don't need any money. Motobomb, Virginia says, your intro was festive, which I love. I've got a few intros, and I'm going to bomb you with my favorite intro real quick because I need to pick my nose with 3 fingers. And I don't want you to find out which nostril I'm going to pick. It might be both nostrils, but 3 fingers will be used. And I want you to ponder that and think, is he going to put 3 fingers in one nostril or a finger each and have a spare finger? I want you to ponder that briefly while I poison your mind with my favorite intro.
Welcome to Sterling Wheel.
That's right. Welcome to Sterling Wheel, the Church of Wheel. I did not pick my nose as promised. I picked up some water. I've had this in my little cooler. It is essential water. It's got some good pH to it. Right there. It's that alkaline water, ionized alkaline water. Why do you drink that, Sterling? Because I like it. It's a smooth water. I live in the South now, and I grew up on the west coast of California, the Sierra Nevada mountains. I lived in Reno, Nevada for a while. I lived in Fallon, Nevada for a while. Fallon, Nevada was known for having some of the worst water in the world because of the 40-mile desert. Some of your ancestors, I'm not going to say who, were responsible for walking around America looking for a new place to live, right? The pioneers. Well, as they were walking across the desert, there was a stretch of desert that the water was undrinkable. It had arsenic in it. And that stretch of desert is called the 40-mile desert between Lovelock, Nevada. It's the Humboldt River, and it drains into the Stillwater Range near Fallon, Nevada, the 40-mile desert. You can go out there in the desert right now, 100 years after the settlers, and you can find the carcasses of work beasts of burden, the oxen, the horses, because when your oxen and your horses run out of good water, they tend to die. And the 40-mile desert is where they mostly died. So there's still remnants of some carcasses out there. You can still see the wagon tracks on the California Trail, California Oregon Trail. I don't think it was Oregon Trail; it was just the California Trail. Uh, so I'm used to being surrounded by bad water, not good water, or at least treated water. And I've spent the last few weeks up around Wisconsin and Minnesota, and the water there is very mineral rich, very harsh, and this water's smooth. It tastes smooth. It's nice. It would be nice water to bathe in, but these are like if you pick these up at a truck stop, they're like $4 a piece, I think, something like that. So it'd be a very expensive bath. I don't recommend it. But I like a good smooth water, and since I've been talking at you for 23 minutes, I could use some friggin' water. D friggin' lightful. Let's get back to some comments because that's what you kids pay me for. We've got we got some people in here. Mr. Tolga, he is my personalized goat shopper. If I need a goat, Tolga is my man. He runs goatsovernight.com. Check out that website. It's pretty cool. Tolga has a wrench, but he's not a valued channel member. It's okay. I value Tolga in certain other ways that I can't say in a public forum. Says, woohoo, I'm catching up to, yeah, you made it to a friggin' Churchill wheel. That's amazing. Tolga saying hi to Moto Bomber. Good to see you in here, Tolga. Modi Bommy saying Yolega. Is that if Tolga decides to alter his sexual preferences? I don't know if it's sexual preferences or just his gender. Yolega. Motobomb is fat fingering this morning. There he goes, Tolga. Do 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 do. Tolga says seal. Yes. You gotta pull the little rip cord, and the little arrow starts spinning around. And when the arrow stops at seal, it says, the seal says, make sure you lock your trailers. Lady J. Ooh. New subscriber to the channel. She got herself a membership because she's smart like that. Supporting my efforts on YouTube. She's good people. Good people, Lady J. She's got a good channel. She's a very creative person, and I love creative people. There are certain people in this world that I can't get enough of, and it's the kind of people that look at something and see how to create something out of it or fix. Like you'll notice here on the Church of Wheel, there's a lot of people in here that fix things or create things, and that's what makes the world go round. Because man, sitting on my diesel powered throne and looking at general population. It's hard to see creativity. It's hard to see passion. It's hard to see joy out here. I don't think people are happy with $1,000 a month truck payments. I don't think your Chevy Silverado Z71 is making you happy with that amount of debt. I don't think America is happy. So I tend to hang out with people who are happy and know how to make themselves happy and bring joy to the world. Top of that list would be Keyfob and Brainy. Check out their channels. They're doing some cool things. And Keyfob had himself a little motorcycle accident. Basically, he was trying to miss a moth. It was coming right at his helmet, and he swerved out of the way. And then when he fell off his motorcycle, a swarm of moths landed on him and beat him up. So you got to watch out for moths when you're riding a motorcycle. But Keyfob's doing good. And who else we got out there that I like? Big Dan. Big Dan's he's been experimenting with some videos. His latest video, I don't know if he's made it public yet. He's riding around Oswego, New York, which is known for being an ancient shipbuilding village. A lot of history in that town, and I love hearing people doing voiceover work on their videos and talking about where they live and where they're, where they go and stuff like that. I wish I would do that a little bit more. But every time I hold a microphone to my face, I need to sneeze, vomit, or fart, and I just can't. I can do a live show like we're doing right now, or I can strap a camera to my head and do the little first person point of view videos that I like to do. My little trucker motor vlogs, my Sterling trucking deliver segments on my channel. Um, which there'll be one here at the top of the hour hitting the public, I think, maybe an hour or two. I'm not exactly sure. Um, but I can talk at you. But when I make a video and want to do a voiceover, I can't do it. I've tried writing scripts. I'm better off the cuff and just talking at you. But good seeing here, Lady J. I wish I could adjust the size of the comments that I'm pulling up. Toga says, "Welcome in, Lady J." Tolga and Lady J saying hi's to each other, the hi's and the hellos. We got Quick Shoe, who is planning. He's in the planning stages of an epic trip. I think a lot of my friends have suffered through this last winter. You'll notice a lot of my friends ride motorcycles. If you look closely at Quick Shoe's avatar, you'll see him sitting on a motorcycle. A lot of my motorcycle friends live up north, up yonder, and are counting the seconds until winter has moved along. Some parts of the country, it seems like we went from winter straight to summer. The middle of the country, it seems like spring is taking a little while. The area that I'm currently in, we are in Columbia, Missouri. It's starting to green up out there. We're having some mild rainstorms. Um, but I'm just trying to say a lot of my motorcycle friends are planning some trips this year, and Quick Shoe is one of them. Tolga's planning a trip too. He's coming to America. He keeps shipping me defective goats, and I've told Tolga time and time again, every time you ship a goat FedEx ground, it comes broken and shattered. And I really don't want to interact with goats that have deep-seated traumatic issues. I like my goats pure of soul, and I don't like trauma goats. I really don't like trauma goats. I like a well-centered goat. And I've had to tell Tolga time and time again, quit sending me goats with personality disorders. It's not pleasant. And so Tolga has agreed to jump on an airplane and personally deliver me a goat. He lives in Pakistan, by the way. He's found a good goat. He's allowed me to FaceTime with the goat, so I kind of understand the goat's personality. We've had some good conversations. Uh, and Tolga is the utmost in professionalism and customer service. And yeah, he's literally going to jump on an airplane, and he's going to meet me somewhere in America to hand off a goat personally, because there's no amount of bubble wrap or careful planning and packaging. Uh, I think the goats are suffering on the trip over. Put a goat in a container ship. It's going to take what, 60 to 90 days. And with the political instabilities in the Middle East right now, it's difficult to get a goat to America from overseas. It's expensive, it's costly, it's time consuming. And Tolga is going out of his way to book a private jet, come to America, and hand me the nicest goat in his fleet. He has a fleet of goats. He has a herd of goats. He has a murder of goats. He has a bank of goats. He has a school of goats. and he takes very good care of them. And even though he sent me the last 10 goats he sent me were defective, a couple of them had expired. One, I opened the box and it was gone. It left. It jumped out of that box screaming. And Tolga's going to go out of his way to bring me a live goat in person, and I will live stream that, by the way. So keep 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 your subscriptions. Make sure you got your notification turned on. Hit that thumbs up if you like goats, because I will go live. Tolga and I will go live for the goat trade off. You know, so always good to see Tolga in here. Every once in a while, I the nonsense gets a little out of hand, and I totally forget what I was talking about. Moto Bomber, Virginia, saying hi to Quickshoe. Moto Bomb's having issues with his typing this morning. It's okay. I forgive all of you. I'm like Jesus in that way. I forgive all of you for your misgivings on being able to use proper grammar or type correctly. You don't have to worry about it. You can misspell whatever you want. I'm okay with broken English. I grew up in Southern California. I grew up around broken English. Listen, you could rename Southern California broken English and it would make sense. You know, I'm going to do that. I'm going to make a map of America. Southern California will be broken English. Northern California will be like, uppity tech people, honestly, and some Republicans. What would Oregon be? Let's not get on that tangent. I will be here for 5 hours. Welcome to Church of Wheel. I am Sterling Wheel, your gas pastor. 34 minutes into this, we've got 12,000 people watching this live stream right now. I want to thank you. Motobomb Virginia says padlocks. Yeah. Make sure don't use tampon locks. Use padlocks. Use maxi padlocks. It curtails leakage out of your trailer, out of your freight hole. Protects your freight hole. Rob's neighbor says good morning. I sent you a link. Why aren't you in here? Quick shoe with emoticons. Oh, we got Dixon Cider. Great name, by the way. Dixon Cider. Skull, good buddy. Uh-oh. Skull, my friend. We don't call people good buddies in the trucking industry anymore. That's somebody that, well, we've been live for 35 minutes. I can tell you deep, dark secrets of the trucking industry right now because none of you are actually watching this. There's no kids watching. A good buddy in the trucking industry would have drank this water bottle by removing the cap and then inserting the bottle that far into their mouth in order to drink it. You get what I'm trying to say? A good buddy would take the cap off of this bottle, flip the bottle upside down, and then insert and then drink it from the bottom side first. That's what a good buddy is in the trucking industry. We do not claim each other as good buddies unless we're trying to signal something. Okay? Write that down. Good seeing here. Dick's inside her. We got Lady J in the house says hugs. Valued channel member, by the way. Tolga says welcome in, Mr. Carey and Dixon Cider. Dixon Cider is a good friend from the Shuley network. I don't know if the boys are doing the Shuley morning show. Are they doing TSN in the morning? Are they doing the Morsoning? It'd be good to see those guys, but I'm currently live because I go live at random whenever I can. Motobomb says hi to Carrie. Tolga says he is thumbs up. Talking about the goat that you're going to send me? Rob's neighbor. Oh, that thumbs up was Motobomb. He plays good guitar. I can't speak with my face hole. Carrie is a value channel member, by the way. He goes by Rob's neighbor because he's Rob's neighbor. Shut up and play your guitar. Exactly. Everyone needs to tell. Everyone needs to tell Motobomb, shut up and play your guitar. Don't worry about how you're playing your guitar. We want to see it. We want to hear what you're thinking. That's the greatest thing about guitar players and anybody that's playing music is you're hearing exactly what that person is thinking. You know, it's hard to hide secrets when you're playing an instrument. And that's the beauty of listening to music is you're hearing somebody's inner thoughts. They're being able to express those inner thoughts, which is why I hate AI so much because it takes the soul out of that interaction. The most basic human interaction is rhythm and sound. You know, you're listening to the rhythm, the cadence of my voice right now. It might not be musical, but you're listening to it and you understand the communication that's between us right now, even though I'm talking at you instead of to you. I'm not going to single anyone out except for Lori Ann, the beautiful Lori Ann. Hope you have a lovely weekend, hun. I'm going to be okay. We're picking up a load of hot dogs. I have picked up this load before. I am here way too early. It is 8 o'clock in the morning in Columbia, Missouri. I am at a secret craft facility. Did you know that Kraft made Oscar Mayer hot dogs? Well, they sure do. And it smells like Oscar Mayer. If you've ever opened up a package of Oscar Mayer hot dogs, it smells like that right now. And I've got the windows rolled up. I'm even burning a fucking candle. Apologize for curse words. I'm trying to limit that. What's your candle today, Sterling? What's your flaming choice of it's raspberry peach frosé. 'Cause I like fruity smells in my truck because I hang out with men too much. All I do is drive around and smell my own farts. Don't criticize me for having a fruity fucking candle. It's your fault for not hugging me. Not you, Lori Ann. You can hug me though. It's fine. Lovely weekend. We're gonna have a profitable weekend. This load, I get loaded by 1,300 or so. There's a few trucks sitting in the docks. They have to get loaded before me. And if anyone else shows up to get loaded, I have to wait for them to get loaded because I'm here too early. And then that's going to Aurora, Illinois, to a craft facility. Um, so if you eat, oh, I feel bad for bringing Oscar Mayer hot dogs to Chicago. Like Chicago's the best place by far to get a hot dog or an Italian beef. And I'm bringing I should I should drive this truck after I get it loaded. I should back this trailer down a boat ramp. I'm bringing Oscar Mayer hot dogs to Chicago, Aurora, Illinois, just outside of Chicago. Man, I've done some horrible things in my life. Even though I claim to be a pastor, I am not a man free of sin. I am not a virginous being in front of you. I'm not an omnipresent virginous being. And I've done some horrible things in my life. But to bring Oscar Mayer hot dogs to the Chicagoland area, if you see me on the road tonight, run me off the road. If I crash and die, I deserved it. Seriously. But it is going to be a lovely weekend. They're probably going to throw another load at me here in a little bit just to get me through the weekend. Because I really don't want to sit in Chicago for the weekend. This company never lets me sit. I'm not that worried. But by 3 o'clock today, they'll give me two loads or a long load going from Illinois down to Florida or something like that. So I'm not too worried. This company does not make me worry. As a matter of fact, yesterday, after I delivered, I had to go 250 miles east to pick up a load in Farina, Illinois. Beautiful little town. It was a load of liquid eggs, and it wasn't going to be ready until today, at like 3 o'clock. So I'd called dispatch. I was like, hey, the load's not ready until tomorrow, and it doesn't deliver for a week. And they're like, crap. So they get me another load, and I literally had to turn around and drive 250 miles back the way that I came. So I've done 500 deadhead miles in the last 24 hours. The last 24 hours. To pick up this load right now, going to Illinois. I was going to Erie, Pennsylvania, somewhere around there, called Northeast Pennsylvania. Why did you name a town Northeast Pennsylvania? It's stupid. Why would you do that? And it's the western side of Pennsylvania. Why would you call it Northeast Pennsylvania when it's in western Pennsylvania? It's literally the most northwestern town in Pennsylvania, and they called it Northeast Pennsylvania. There's something wrong with Pennsylvania. There's a lot wrong with Pennsylvania. I'm sorry. I'm going to say it first. I'm the first person to ever tell you that there's something wrong with Pennsylvania. But yeah, we're going to have a lovely weekend. Thanks for checking in, Lorianne. Always good to see you. We got Charlie Rose saying, hey, Sterling, good to see you in here. Hope you're doing well. I caught a little bit of your live show yesterday. You were walking around, holding the phone, doing your live kind of things. Always good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to Friday. It is a pleasant, slightly rainy Friday. I'm going to show you outside the windshield because we are getting rained on right now, and it is delightful. I do like the rain. How peaceful is that? That's friggin' awesome, right? Motobomb Virginia is laughing out loud. This is a serious show. Need to settle down. Motobomber Virginia says we need a Spanish robotic accent to the welcome to Sterling Wheel voice. No, I use the robotic Sterling Wheel voice is robotic Chinese, I think, or Japanese. Welcome to Sterling Wheel. You have to watch my intro. Motobomb says good morning to Charlie. Wait, is it Charlie or Charlie? Because usually women named Charlie, for they like the French, Charlie, right? We'll figure it out. Desert Outlaw says, "What's the water table if you were going to dig a well in Georgia? You could hit water at 30 feet. Back in Fallon, Nevada, it was 50 to 100 feet. Where I lived at in Reno, it was 250 to 300 feet. Yeah. I like that you kids throw just random questions at me because I will give you random information at any time. Charlie Rose. Love that name, by the way. My daughter's middle name is Rose. Love that name. Saying happy Friday, Moto. Only Moto Bomb gets a happy Friday. The rest of us are screwed. Moto Bomb says hi to Desert Outlaw. Desert Outlaw. And why is he called Desert Outlaw? Because he lives in Florida and he's nowhere near the friggin' desert. So he is an outlaw from the desert. And he's saying hi to Moto Bomb, Virginia. Moto Bomb says, thanks, Charlie. Back at you. Hope your kids are doing excellent this morning. Quick Shoe is reminding us to have a good morning, everyone. It is a good morning. Motobomb says water softener showers are best. Yeah, a good soft water shower where your soap actually suds up and stuff. I've got very sensitive skin, and I've had to lotion up the last couple weeks because the water in the upper Midwest. I don't think it's called the Upper Peninsula. That's in Michigan. The upper Midwest, the water is really bad. I think a lot of it has to do with the limestone and maybe all the chemicals that farmers put on the land. Charlie Rose saying hi to Quick Shoe and Desert Outlaw. Good morning. Everyone's saying hi to each other. We got the highs and the hellos this morning. Moto Bomber saying goats to go. No, it's goatsovernight.com. Do, 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 Do Augmented Night is a dear friend of the channel and is dropping a truth bomb on a Friday morning. And he says, Augmented Night, Donald Trump is the biblical antichrist. Let's stop at that sentence and review the facts. He did not put his hand on the Bible when he was sworn in. Continuing paragraph. Revelation 13, peace before total destruction. Interesting, but America has been in turmoil for, I don't know, since the end of the Second World War. Second Thessalonians, chapter 2, paragraph 3, 4, John 5:20, Christian nationalism is not Christianity. Yeah, but they're related. I appreciate the comments only because I'm an anarchist and I don't vote because it just makes the country worse. We need a national divorce. Rob's neighbor says today is drive your tractor to school day. It's pretty cool. Somebody lives in friggin' that's the most Midwestern comment I've seen in quite a while. Let's get back to facing ourselves. You kids don't like the rain. You want to see me. Who'll stop the rain? I stop the rain. You're going to look at me instead of the rain. You can't even see the rain through my foggy glasses over here, my frosted glasses. Dylan Optics. Bump, bump, Moto Bomber says tractors make you smarter when driven to school. It's true. Sport Lady, Bug, and watch something else. I've got a few new emoticons on my channel. Feel free to use them if you're a member. Old Max says truck drivers and bikers and maybe cowboys are my people. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be anything else but a trucker, cowboy, or a biker. It's true. That's what the song said. Old Mac, I'd sent you a link. Check your email. You're more than welcome to join. Motorpop Virginia says, Mac! We've had ourselves a bit of a Mac attack. Old Mac says, Motobomb Virginia, great human. Good seeing you here, Old Mac. Quick Shoe saying hello, Old Mac. Motobomb says, I need work, Mac. Thank you. You don't have work today? You can always make up work. I want you to pull a random homeless person off the street and be like, you're getting a tattoo, my friend. I want you to brighten up somebody's day with a free tattoo. It has to be put on a live though. You know, that would go viral, I would think. If you went on a live stream like I'm doing right now and just walk up to a random person on the street and be like, hey, you want a tattoo real quick? I will give you a free 30-minute tattoo. Anything you want, 30 minutes. That would be an awesome, like it would blow up on TikTok for sure. Or even like Facebook Live or whatever the kids are using nowadays. MySpace, AOL Messenger board. Old Max says, hi to Quick Shoe. Good morning. Motobomb Virginia says northern riders appreciate motorcycles more. Ain't that the truth? Because you gotta sit and look at your motorcycle for 3 months out of the year. And listen, once you get on the road, I better see some clean motorcycles. Don't just let your motorcycle sit in the garage, or like riding on Ruby, Paul. He's got his motorcycle sitting in his living room. Oh, I need to do that one time in my life. Brown Chicken does the same thing. He keeps his motorcycle in the house in the wintertime. Isn't that cool? That is so cool. I would love to sit on a couch next to my motorcycle and watch Dallas. Be like, oh, remember JD? You know, put my arm on my motorcycle and be like, let's watch the first episode of The Simpsons. That's how you bond with your motorcycle. But I live in the South and I can ride a motorcycle all of the year, so I don't worry about that. I can't bond with my motorcycle like you guys can in the North. You know, you park your motorcycles in your houses and in your garage, and you get to bond with your motorcycle. I'm willing to bet if you've got your motorcycle in the living room, that motorcycle has seen you naked. My motorcycle has never seen me naked. Does that make me a better motorcycle rider? I don't know. Quite possibly. Tolga says, I was in the kitchen while listening, laughing hard here. Oh, because you're good. Well, you got to get ready for your trip. I totally understand. You know, you promised me that goat in 24 hours. So I hope you've warmed up the Learjet, my friend. I hope you called the Turkish Air Force and got clearance to fly out of Pakistan because you get out of the kitchen, quit making yourself a sandwich, and prep that goat for his trip. If you kids didn't know, Tolga is a goat broker. He's bringing me a goat tomorrow. Tolga saying hi to Old Mac and Desert Outlaw. Tolga says, don't listen to him. Tolga says, listen to Sterling. Sterling only spits facts. Okay. Lady J says, looking forward to the goat unboxings. Yeah. Well, I can't do a goat unboxing because every time he ships me a goat, it's defective. Nobody wants to see defective goat unboxing. For one, YouTube would block it. If you open a box and there's a dead goat or a broken goat or a goat begging to be, begging for mercy, that's not good YouTube. And I am a great YouTuber and I'm humble about it. And I would not subject my subscribers to that kind of trauma, the visual and audio trauma. I would never, ever in my life subject anybody to that kind of abuse. It would be uncalled for if I did something like that. Because I care about you. I really, really, really care about you.
You remember those heavens were shut up because the people, those heavens were shut up in faith, breaking through. And she proved God. God has something better than where you are right now. And their place in him as the, hallelujah. And God sent that man that day to open up those heavens. Shoo, hallelujah. Instead of letting our faith be dictated to by our heart and what God said. There it is again, so strong. Faith is the substance, the title to the deed of the substance of things hoped for. I just got another good one. Thank you, Jesus. 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 I'm very bold. I know that. Before the devil steals this thought out of you, while the inspiration, while the anointing is there. Thank you, Lord. Hello. You have to press in. You have to press on. You have to go on. Starting is great, Proverbs says, but finishing is better. Finish what you start. Got to learn how to stick your stick up. Amen.
So I needed to distract you for a little bit so I could do that. Let's see if I can move the poll. Hold on. Look at me, wondering, asking out loud if I can move the poll. How can he move his poll? Watch me move my poll on a live stream. Let's see here. Where are we at? I got lost. Oh, do. Old Mac saying Tolga, turkey goat boy. Good morning. He is a goat broker. The question has been posed. Happy Friday. Quick shoe, dropping the goats. We got a selection of goat. We have a fine collection of goatery. Do 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 do. Wait a second. I detect a disturbance in the force. Those aren't all goats. Goat, 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 bunny, rabbit, sloth. Powerful. Tolga agrees to everything I've said. We have a contractual agreement. He is going to fly to America tomorrow, meet me at a random location near Area 51, and he's going to exchange a live goat. And I'm going to do it on a live stream. We'll call it Live Goat. It's important to receive goats in perfect working order. And Tolga has made a promise to me. He feels really bad that the last 10 goats that I have received were defective. And he's a man of his word and his contractual agreements, signed in blood. Quickshoe says, was in the San Diego County Jail for 4 days in 1978. Crazy madness. And he spelled crazy correctly because San Diego in 1978 was crazy with a K. That was 2 years before I was born, so I'll just have to take your word for it. But I'm glad you learned your lesson, sir. And that's why you don't live in California anymore. When did you leave California? I'm going to guess usually after a stint in jail, it takes somebody 5 to 6 years to leave California. Sterling, where do you come up these facts and figures? Experience mostly. I'm guessing you left California in 1984, 1985. Old Muck is in the house. Click the link I sent you. Jump in here. Let's talk trucking and motorcycles and stuff. California equals Ingles Chuparedo. Broken English? Is that what that is? Inglesia no trabajo. I can speak enough Spanish to order something that doesn't give me food poisoning, okay? Motobomb says tamp locks versus padlocks. Yeah, tampon locks. Rob's neighbor, Carrie. I had a Dick's Insider Club member jacket. I still have the card. Nice. Old Max saying good morning to Carrie, Rob's neighbor. I'm only 20 minutes behind. Yeah, 20 minutes behind in the comments, which is normal. If you don't like it, unsubscribe, desubscribe, unlike, counteract, and disavow. If you don't like the show, go away. Listen, I don't need your love. Do not try this at home. All commentary is fictional and untrustworthy. Desubscribe, unlike, counteract, and disavow. Says it right up there, the top of your screen. You've been given explicit instructions. Charlie Rose is in the house, says, there's a show. Oh, a live goat unboxing? I agree. It'd be a great show. A lot better than what you're subject to right now. The Church of Wheel, Sterling Wheel. I am your guest pastor. I usually have a title for the show, and we do. Welcome to the Church of Wheel. Today is Hogwarsh, because I'm waiting to get loaded with hot dogs. And there's a lot of hogwash in the vicinity. You can smell, other than my fruity candle, you can smell hot dogs. If you've ever opened an Oscar Mayer package of hot dogs, that is what we smell outside my secure facility. My corner office with a padded room. I am a prisoner of my own design. But outside these windows right now is hogwash. Basically, they load pigs into a giant wood chipper. And, you get your pork chops and you get your sausages and you get your pig ears for your doggies and you get your gelatin for your jello. You get all sorts of stuff out of a pig, right? And at the end of the night, when the guy is mopping up, they mop that stuff. That's mop movements. Okay, you don't mop like that unless you're wringing out the mop. But you mop, and everything that gets mopped up on the floor, you think it goes down a drain. It goes to a specific location in the middle of the night. Location that's currently outside my windshield right now. They wash all that hog, all that pork down the drain, and it gets processed. This is a hot dog refinery. Okay, they take pig juice and mix it with a little cellulose, which is wood pulp, and then they use dextrose to glue it all together. Okay, and they shape it into casing-like forms, and then they package it in forever chemicals, and they cook it by steam. They're not cooking it to make it taste better. They're cooking it to get rid of the bacteria. Never eat a raw hot dog unless you're looking to lose weight really quick. Anyway, then they load it in a trailer after it's been manufactured, packaged, date coded, and weighed. Today we're going to haul 44,000 pounds of hot dogs to Chicagoland. And I said earlier in the show that it's shameful that I'm doing that because Chicago has the best hot dogs in the friggin' world. I've sampled them. They have the best hot dogs in the world. I don't care if you've been to New York. I don't care if you've been to New Jersey. I don't care if you've been to Hawaii. I don't care if you've been to California. I don't care if you've been to Ohio. Chicago, Illinois has the best hot dogs. I am certified in morbid obesity. Listen, you want a good hot dog? You go to Chicago, and I'm bringing Oscar Mayer hot dogs to Chicago. It's terrible. That's how you know there's something wrong with the world. I wonder if listen, eating an Oscar Mayer hot dog in Chicago is like going to Taco Bell in Guadalajara. You land in Mexico City, and the first thing you look for at the airport's a Taco Bell. That's exactly what eating an Oscar Mayer hot dog is like in Chicago. That's like landing in China, Beijing. I'd be like, I want to go to Panda Express. Can we go to PF Chang's? I really don't mind cultural appropriation. It's fun. It's whimsical. It's cute. But thinking of Oscar Mayer hot dogs in Chicago, Illinois, or a Panda Express in Beijing, China, or a Taco Bell in Mexico City, I almost want to vomit on a live stream. I really do. Anyway, let's back to the comments. We're lost in the comments. But yeah, I was supposed to haul a load of eggs, by the way. Egg water, egg liquid. Old Mac saying hi. Got lost in the comments, by the way. Charlie Rose saying morning, Mac and Carrie. Always good to see you, kids. Rob's neighbor says, imagine the person that has to crack all those eggs. I'm pretty sure that those eggs come from a liquid chicken. Because they've got some. Why are there so many chicken restaurants in America, but there's like 5 chicken farms in the entire United States? It's because they're growing chickens in a lab right now. I'm going to tell you kids a secret. Every chicken nugget, every chicken tender, that is all manufactured chicken. That is lab-grown chicken. They grow chickens that don't have heads or feet, and it's just a glob of a chicken. It's 7 breasts and then like 15 buffalo wings just mounted to 5 breasts and one eyeball, no beak. They engineered it so it doesn't have feelings, so it's humane. Okay, there's no nerve endings, there's no brain. Uh, but yeah, all the chicken that we're having nowadays is lab grown, completely and utterly lab grown. No feathers. It's a hairless chicken, and you don't have to worry about it living in a cage. They're cageless, because they don't have feet. But that's the chicken that we have in America right now. It's all lab grown and no bones. If you ever wonder where your boneless chicken wings are coming from, it comes from a lab grown chicken, a lab grown hairless chicken. So the eggs that come from that hairless, boneless chicken doesn't have a shell. It's twice a day they pick up the chicken and squeeze it. And some people might say, well, it's not a chicken if it ain't got no hair and it ain't got a beak. You ever seen chicken hair? Every day they pick it up and they give it a little squeeze and yolk comes out. No shell. And they fill those trailers with liquid eggs. So the next time that you go to your local grocery store and you pick up the carton of liquid egg, that's where it came from. Okay? Listen, I'm an expert on the food supply of America. If you got any questions, throw them out the window because I'm just going to tell you the truth anyway. Old Max saying hi to Charlie Rose. I need to take my allergy meds. That's why I'm so friggin' stuffinated. I'm watching a Prime driver completely fuck up and backing up. And it shouldn't surprise me. Does anyone get trained at Prime? Are there people training people at Prime? I almost want to put it on screen, but I don't like showing people's fuck ups. It's not nice. That's why I don't watch Bonehead Truckers. Bonehead Truckers is doing nothing positive in the trucking industry at all, and that's why I refuse to watch that channel. I know all of you watch it or have, but pointing out people's follies all the time without offering coaching is bullshit. It's clickbait. It's dramatic bullshit. If I see a mistake, I'm gonna show the mistake, and then I'm gonna say, hey, how about you get some bed before you hit the road, and you won't fall asleep and die and kill people. Ike Stevens is a cool dude, but I don't like his channel. Quickshoe says Pennsylvania Turnpike, long nightmare of a highway. Yes, it is, and I hate toll roads. Charlie Rose has corrected me. Her name is Charlene. Or is it Charlene? Charlie Rose. Everyone says Charlie Rose. Desert Outlaw says, that's about what I thought. 300 foot is an expensive well. Yeah, in Nevada, it can be up to 300 foot. There was houses in the Virginia Highlands, which is between Virginia City and Reno, that were up to 500 feet deep before they found good water. Oh, I hate having allergies. What happens is my tear ducts drain into my nasal cavity. So if my eyes start watering, the tears go into my nose and then I start sneezing. So I'm defective. I'm sorry to let you know that I have problems. I know you expect perfection around me. I'm Sterling Wheel, the gas pastor. I'm supposed to represent perfection in all of its forms, and I'm not. But I will tell you who is perfect. Mr. Old Mac. Carrie, I've cracked a few eggs in my day. I bet you have cracked 40,000 gallons of eggs in your life, dear sir. Old Mac just turned 36 years old, by the way. Lady J's in the house dropping a new emoticon, by the way. Have a day. One of my many sayings. Cheap freight hauler says, "Good morning. Where you at? What's your 20?" He's probably in I don't know. Jacob Kobe says, "Jahan, do you love me?" Yes, I've seen you around. Moto Bomber, Virginia. We've been live for an hour and 12 minutes. I'm probably going to back it down here in a little bit. I sent out a few links and nobody's biting on them. 8:34 in the morning on a Friday. Welcome to your Friday. Today's show is called Hogwarsh. Old Mac says, I want a free tattoo that says "Free Tattoo" by Motobomb, Virginia. Good times. Quick Shoe's been parked since October 19th. Over 5 months, his motorcycle has been sitting. Let's see here. We got ourselves a guest, and I'm just going to bring him on. I'm not even going to give you a chance to check your audio.
There we go. Good morning.
Good morning.
There, more centered.
Now you're centered.
A little better.
How you doing this morning, my friend?
Good. Got a couple messages that just rolled in that altered the rest of the day. So it's like, oh, I forgot about this and I forgot about that. But I was sitting here laughing my ass off about the chicken egg milking, and good God, I thought I better just join and say hi for a little bit.
You know they have chickens that have been genetically engineered.
Oh yeah, that's pretty scary stuff.
For profitability. Good times.
There we go. Yeah.
How's the working in your own garage for money working?
Horrible this week. Well, no, actually this week was okay. But I forgot about a guy that, man, you just got to be careful sometimes of the deal. So I don't know if you remember that Sienna that I had a while back. I had a 2014 Toyota Sienna.
Was it the one you made a video about?
Yeah. No, that was like 06. I'm sorry. So it's one before the Infinity. Either way, he owned a flower shop. I maintained it for years and years and years. And they shut the flower shop down. And he's like, here's the van. And I'm like, I can't just, like, it's a freaking like 2014 Toyota Sienna. They're worth some money and stuff. And
that's
like,
right.
well, I'll give you some credit. Like, I'll do something for you in return. And I'm nearing down that agreement, but they have a Volkswagen Tiguan, Tiger Lily. I don't know what it is. Garbage, junk, scrap metal.
Well, anything that's half Audi, half Volkswagen, half Lamborghini, half it's their feeder species of friggin' SUVs.
Yep. And so I just have to do an oil change and then a wiper blade. So do a
Which
wiper
would be
blade.
what, $175 at the dealership?
Yeah, and just the oil and filter for a little shit box like that is like $50.
Oh man. When I worked at Toyota in '97, we were doing oil changes for $19.99.
$1 a quart is what oil was my whole life. I always remember oil being $1 or maybe $1.50 a quart.
Yeah.
And now it's $5 a quart at Farm and Fleet, or I found some on sale the other day for $2 a quart. I bought a lot of oil.
So I've been trucking around your area the last couple of weeks, and I didn't know what a Farm and Fleet is. Can you describe what that is?
I believe it's very similar to a Fleet Farm.
Okay.
Yeah, I just think they just did they took the name and whoop. We'll just, hey, this guy's got this business, but yeah, he's called Fleet Farm. Fuck it.
Right.
Farm and Fleet. Yeah, dude. And actually what it might have been was two brothers that had, and I don't know the whole backstory of it, but it's like just your general farm hardware, clothes, kind of a small Walmart section.
Okay, so like a Tractor Supply or something, or
I think
like
that's very accurate.
Like an Ace Hardware on crack.
Yeah, Ace on crack with horse feed and chicken goodies. Well, nice. Ace has chicken shit too, so I guess I don't know.
Right. Make that a hashtag. We got chicken shit.
Yeah. We're actually gonna probably go there this evening, so Yeah, it's a nice, your Ace Hardware boots, shoes, candies. They have automotive center, small engines, Chinese ATVs and UTVs.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Have you ever, you do a lot of work in your garage, motorcycles
Yes.
and cars and stuff like that. Have you ever had to work on some of that Chinese crap that people are buying nowadays?
Only like very, very minimally, because I'll just not accept it.
Is it as bad as I think it is?
Oh, it's awful. It's so comical. It's so funny. I do have a China moped. It's called Supremo. It says Supremo on the side. And it's a
Tell me that isn't cultural appropriation.
right?
Did they ship it to Mexico before it came to America? Does it say Hencho and China on it?
It does. I'm sure it does. Yeah, right. Put their little Mexican in before the Oh, that's good. I'm trying to think. It's not a Tao Tao. Tao Tao is probably one of the better Chinese brands, but it's still really comical what they try to pull off and what they do. And the quality of the rubber and wiring is what's the worst. The rubber and wiring. Welds as well. Welds, steel quality, metal quality. When it comes to the actual power unit, though, like the engine itself, they seem to be, again, I have very minimal experience, just a couple of ATVs and this Supremo moped that we have.
Supreme. I can't get over that friggin' name. SST has an important question that we're all dying to have answered. Does Rob's neighbor do a 6K mile service on a BMW R18? Asking for a friend.
Oh, no, but I can supply you with the facility, and I'll videotape you doing it yourself and assist you with any technical questions. And
are you telling me I need to ride 1,900 miles to get an oil change on my motorcycle?
Actually, Uncle Ronnie lives down in your area. We should hook you up with Uncle Ronnie because he's probably got a pretty cool setup, I'm guessing. Uncle Ronnie is the supplier of Rob's secondhand fleet.
Oh, so that's how Rob's been getting motorcycles that aren't rusted to shit.
Yep, it's a funnel. Yep, and Rob's at the bottom of the funnel, and I'm like 6 feet below that, what splashes on the ground or what misses that's where I end up. But
right.
Yep, that's how Rob.
What do you have in your motorcycle fleet right now?
That I own personally, or just what's in the shop? I don't have much personally at the moment because I've just prioritized my son and him having stuff and money. But I do own a Honda Matic 450.
Ooh.
An orange one with a back thingy, and it's got the windshield. I haven't seen it in about 8 years. It's over in Rob's garden shed buried, but it's over there. And then I also have a Kawasaki Vulcan. No, I don't know what it is. An 800 V twin. It has a timing chain separated. The fellathromaptic plastic piece that the timing chain runs on, that's separated. And so I need to get that repaired. But that's a nice clean bike. And then we've got the 1981 CR250 that we just acquired recently and haven't done anything with, which probably won't for a couple of years. But
right.
A TTR 90, a KX65. And these are all bikes I could just produce in front of us right now.
Brown Chicken's asking, did the Ninja sell?
Actually, I sold the Ninja back to the lady who gave it to me.
Okay.
So she gave me the Ninja, and I said, hey, would you want to buy it back? But all you got to do is pay me to put new tires on it and like a couple $100 for the carburetor work. And she's like, absolutely, I'd love to. Because I just thought that was fair. Like, if you gave me, if Sterling gives me a motorcycle and I run into a rock in a hard spot. And I thought, well, you know what? Maybe before I actually go through with anything, I should just ask Hannah and be like, hey, I'm thinking about selling your bike because it's just not enough for me and my son. It's fun. We love it. But how about, do you want to just have it back? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, cool. Then pay me for fixing your carbs and I'll put new tires on it. And she was like, awesome. So, I mean, honestly, it was a really good deal and worked
That
out
is
great.
good.
And her mom is 60-ish and her dad is 60-ish. And they both just got bikes this last couple of years. And I see them riding up and down the road all the time. So she can go on rides with her parents now.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that's what's going on with the Ninja. It came down the road a quarter mile. Now it's going back down the road back to its original owner.
Now you got to ride it on the street and stuff, though. You got to experience that bike.
Yeah, quite a bit.
Good times.
It was a great little commuter bike. If I had to do anything other than like I don't know, it just doesn't fit me. I'm 6 foot, 200 pounds. It works, it moves, it'll hit me, it'll get up to 0 to 60. It's a little ripper, but it's not for any length.
It's a good beginner bike.
Absolutely a perfect beginner bike.
Right.
Perfect for anybody of any shape, size, height, age. It's just perfect in every category.
If you had the chance to buy a modern motorcycle, any brand, anything, what would you get right now on the spot?
Does it has to be a production to the masses?
Let's start with that, and then what your dream bike is.
Yeah, that would probably. I mean, honestly, if I just had to do it right this second, it probably, I'd have to think about it. But I'd have to look at the reliability factor of the V4s, like the Aprilias, the Ducatis, and but a V4 Street Fighter, Panigale, a Tuno, just a wicked nasty handlebars, upright, 200 horsepower Street Fighter.
Now I got to ask you a second question on that, because as much as you hate European cars, you like European motorcycles.
Sexy. I mean, they're so sexy. God damn.
If you ever want to talk to somebody that hates their life, talk to an Alfa Romeo mechanic.
Ooh, that would be brutal.
Yeah.
That would be brutal. A friend of mine has quite a few Aprilias, and he does not have a lot of good things to say about the reliability of their engines.
Dude, but when they run, oh my God.
Right. Not like they're nuts. Yes. So.
And then what's your dream bike? Oh, easy answer, dude. Goldwing.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. I like sewing machine motorcycles. In my fleet right now, I've got that FJR. I've had older Goldwings and stuff like that. I appreciate the Harley culture, but I don't like that they're overpriced. They're not built that well. It's not a good representation of engineering.
I agree.
But yeah, what's your dream bike?
I can't put a year on it, but it would have to be a like early 2000. Well, it would have to literally be early 2000s or late 90s, like the most refined version of Honda's NSR 500.
Tell us what that bike is. I'm vaguely familiar with it.
Well, it would be their MotoGP bike at the time. V-twin, I believe, if not a V3 two-stroke. Around 200 horsepower at 150, 200, whatever they weigh, nothing, all of unobtainium stuff, all factory stuff, or any modern MotoGP bike, but a Grand Prix bike from the 90s, late 90s specifically. Because of technology.
Your interest in racing motorcycles comes from you used to actually race motorcycles, right?
Mm-hmm. Correct. Yep.
What was your race bike?
An SV 650. I had two of them.
A Suzuki, right?
Yep, Suzuki SV650. I raced in all the lightweight and V-twin classes.
Wow.
So lots of Harleys, lots of Buells, lots of air-cooled Ducatis, and yeah, so it was a lot of fun. It was probably the best class that I could have chosen at the time to race in. I did also race a CBR 600 when I was 19, but then
Okay.
this was in my late 20s that I got really serious about it and did it for like 6 years solid.
So that would have been the first generation of the SV650 that had
Yes.
like the fake Ducati round trellis frame.
Yes, very good.
Oh, I love those bikes.
Oh, they're so smooth and great. Yeah, there's just a great track bike, great reliability. And at the time, a lot of people were running them. So the classes were big. And, you know, there was 15 to 25 people in every race. And that was a blast. But then as the economy went down and stuff like that, your grids get smaller and it sucks. So that's what drove me to stop. And the fact that it was just so selfish to put myself, I mean, I didn't have a wife or a kid or anything at the time, but so I'm glad I did it when I did, but I would never ever do it again.
Too risky.
Yeah. The dirt though, I'll go dirt bike racing all day.
Yeah, there's less velocity when you get hurt.
Yes. Yes.
Mike Ball just popped in. Says good morning to Sterling and Carrie. Good seeing here, Mike Ball.
What's up, Mike?
He's going to be going live here this morning. Hopefully, I'm not stepping on his toes yet. I'm in a
No.
weird time zone, so I think he goes live here in another hour or so. A lot of people, and I always had the impression that the SB650 was a good beginner's bike, but the more I've talked to people, they say it actually isn't. What's your opinion on them?
I guess I would agree with that to a certain extent. Just you can stretch its legs. Its legs can stretch longer than what maybe a beginner might think. So it is a kind of, you know, a fairly watered down as far as power and stuff, but the ergonomics are just for racing. It's a perfect beginner bike as well. I mean, I guess I would argue that. I don't know about seat height, weight, and stuff. Weight is nothing. It's very comparable to like that Ninja 500. Maybe just a little bit more torque and, you know, a little bit more pep. But
what kind of suspension work did you do to it? Because I hear stock suspension's kind of junk on them.
It is, and that's very true. I had just on my super bike or super sport, you had to use stock forks. So I had emulators and springs and then mess around with my oil weight till I got it where I wanted it. And I think I was around 7 weight on the fork oil, and I can't recall my springs, but I have it all wrote down. And then
now, was that a limit for running, you know, quote unquote stock classes or?
Yes, correct. Yep. So on the super bike, I had a Gixxer 750 front end with bigger brakes, the upside down suspension, more tunability. But honestly, I was faster on the stock front forks. I was never faster on any other suspension than the stock front forks and brakes.
Riders that I've heard say that usually come from a dirt racing background. Do you think that's?
Maybe, but honestly, I got into dirt after I got a road racing because I mean, I played with dirt prior to road racing, but I was never into it like because I needed that fix. I needed that out of road racing. I needed to do something that was still competitive and fun, but yet not as expensive and life risking. So it was kind of backwards. I actually got into trials riding really heavily after I got out of road racing. So I went from going 160 to going nothing.
Yeah, 6.
Yeah, maybe to the next section.
Right. How big is trials riding there in Wisconsin?
Pretty big. We're home to the nation's most winningest, the GOAT, the greatest of all time, Pat Smaggi. And they actually host a lot of these events right here. This was at Smagical Rock. It even says it right there. So their last name is Smaggi, and yeah, Smagical. So Pat and Phil Smaji are huge trials guys, and Phil is hanging out with Travis Pastrana right now and has been with that TP 199 for a while. And Pat lives in Elkhorn. Probably just drove past him a handful of times. So
yeah, I have. Yeah. SST says he gave up on street bikes after owning a Honda 919 back in the day. Lucky to still be alive. Yes.
Yeah, my buddy had one of those.
Now, was that the one that they had the Repsol replica? Was that the 919?
I want to say so. Or I also think they made like a 919 Hornet replica, like a CB 919, where it was a naked. Yes.
Yeah.
That's what came to mind when you said that. But it very well could have been like, the big fat tank, the 900 CBRs. God, those had tanks wider than a car.
Yeah.
I loved it. I love those big tanks.
With trials racing and the electric bikes, are they taking over trials racing?
For kids, yes, and that's what got me into it, and that's what we were actually doing, is we were selling these electric trials bikes, because I was just so blown away at how easy and awesome it was to get my son on two wheels and get him moving forward, and learning the skills about your body, how you can move your body to manipulate the bike, and braking and power. It's just, with the little gas engines, anything under 65 cc's runs like shit no matter what you do. They're picky, they're finicky. I've seen parents stand up and throw their kid's 50 cc motorcycle multiple feet. Shot put these things into the freaking woods out of frustration, because they've spent all this time, all this money to get to this point, and now the thing is failing them. And
what about the little KTM 50s? They're pretty good, aren't they?
Yes, those are little rippers, but those are more for your MX stuff like that. I was more like trial stuff. You've got that low, slow speed. Kids aren't real good at being cognizant of, oh, my motor's starting to load up. I need to pull my clutch or clean it out. And you can't, because they're automatics. And then how do you get an automatic to grip and grab when your brain wants it to? It doesn't work for trials. So, electric.
Yeah, that would be frustrating. Yeah.
And then on the electric, I actually have a picture of my son with 15 other kids, all on electric bikes, at Pat Smaji's house here in Wisconsin. So everybody, I wish I could link it right now, but check out Pat, Smage. He's the most winningest AMA trials rider in American history, and he's here. He's a cool dude. I went to his wedding.
I've been to 2 trials races. I've been to one in Green River, Utah.
Oh,
and then there was one just outside of Truckee, California, at a ski resort. In the middle of the summer, and all the rocks and stuff, and
big stuff.
Yeah. Running over granite and stuff like that, and seeing what those guys can do on those bikes is just absolutely amazing. That's the first place that I saw a gas in person.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, Rob has a beta something. He's got an old beta that I'll get out one of these days, and we'll do a video on that.
They're selling a lot of those at BMW dealerships now, I noticed.
They make good dirt bikes.
Yeah. Good times.
I don't know.
You were working on a motorcycle here recently. It looked like it was a bagger. What kind of bike was it?
Oh yeah, the Yamaha Royal Star.
Yes.
I don't know the letter abbreviation, but it's, I think, a 1300-ish cc V4 cruiser. And what a perfect bike for, I mean, I asked the customer, I said, did you charge this thing over the winter? Did you have a battery tender on it? And he's like, no, but I just had it in the garage, so it didn't get like super cold. But like, I just touched the starter button. I didn't even think, I just touched it, just boop, and it just starts right up. And it's like, oh my God, how does this, and good torquey power. Like, it's just a great bike. I did plugs, clutch. He's got 80,000 miles on it, and it was the original clutch. So
Okay.
We did a clutch on it, and
Was it shaft drive?
it is, yes, very nice feature for cruisers.
Everything I own is shaft drive.
My favorite to service. No, that sounded bad. That sounded really bad.
Servicing
Yeah,
shafts.
servicing. Yeah, my
Yeah.
favorite.
Well, you got
thing,
to get the liquid out of it just right. You know. You got to lube it just right.
You do. You got to get the right hypoid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's
But-
nothing worse than burnt lube.
I'm going to be drag racing a shaft-driven motorcycle soon. Possibly.
Yeah. So what's the story on that?
Well, we have these street drags that are hosted here locally at a racetrack, and it's just an oval track, but they let the people do their thing in the little straight sections. And so I said to Rob, I said, hey, since we have two identical BMW 1150s or whatever, what are they? You know what it is more than I do.
Were they GS 1150s?
There you go. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
I said, let's race them, because they're the same exact bikes, and there's no way to be more competitive because Rob is the ultimate competitor. Oh my God, he will. Even if you're I don't know how to explain it, and he's so humble about it when he kicks your ass, because he'll beat you no matter what, and he won't cheat. He'll just find a way. And but it'd be really funny if I could kick his ass every single time in a drag race on his own bike.
Right.
That's my goal.
And then switch bikes just to make sure it's the rider, not the bike. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, and they're both comparatively in miles. They're both in decent shape, and yeah, so it'll be a blast. I'm looking forward to it.
Not to put you on blast, but you were saying you were having some camera issues with the latest video on your channel. Do you have a GoPro or anything like that, or are you just using the cell phones?
Yeah, just the potato phone, right? And it was it was this one right here, and an A715G. And then I was playing around with the frame rate too while I was doing some of the video, like UHD and all the stupid shit. So
right.
if I use my S10, which that's what I'm on right now, is I'm on an S10, which is dates that. Right. It does, yeah, it does okay. Yep. So, but I would like to get one of those DJI 360, just a little good camera gimbal to walk around the yard, to be able to mount to a motorcycle, to be able to put on my chest, to throw, something that I can just have a lot of versatility, that has a good smooth,
You'd be amazed what these phones can do nowadays. I've had long discussions with Mike Ball about what we use for filming and stuff like that. And these new phones completely blow everything out of the water.
I agree. Yeah, that my son's last iPhone was insane, and that's what I would be using. But we've have yet to have that discussion another time. But
does your son have a better phone than you do?
No, he has the exact same one currently.
Good.
But I do Schmoke from Schmoke's shop. I think he's got an S26, I believe. And yeah, I mean, that's right up there with the iPhone too. Both of them are mind blowing. I go to the, the cellular department there in town, and it's what the hell are these things? It's mind blowing compared to this little, old school.
Especially when you see the price on some of the new stuff.
Yeah, that's mind blowing too.
Yeah, mine's the S23, I believe. I've had it for a few years, and it does just fine. I'm running low on memory because I do a lot of video editing with the phone. So I'm looking at the newest version where you can get almost a terabyte of memory on it.
Terabyte.
Yeah, so I'm thinking about that one, and I love as good as it takes pictures, and you've seen a lot of my pictures and video that I filmed with this phone. I'm seriously considering upgrading the phone just for that. But I mean, this one, I wish I wish they could build cars to the standard that they build friggin' cell phones to.
Wouldn't that be something?
I mean, yeah, it's expensive and all that, but you got affordable payments. And like this phone has been perfect the entire time I've owned it. I've never had an issue. It always works.
That's awesome. And GoPro's glitch, DJI's glitch, all that stuff glitches, and you always have your phone on you generally, and so that's like
Yeah.
when I said I just grabbed what I had and I ran out of the shop. I just grabbed, and then there's Rob driving by on a motorcycle again, and that's just what it is. And I have a gimbal. I have things to enhance the quality of what I try to do,
Sure. Yeah, I'm surrounded by
Yeah.
camera tools at all times. And I don't use half of what I own.
That's what
And then
I'm finding.
I'm addicted to that 360 camera. The last couple of videos that I've done, if I do like a touring video, like the video where I rode around downtown Tampa,
Mm-hmm.
like having that camera there and then being able to switch the views and all that, it's so fun to edit. And it came out. Those videos look very crisp, very clear.
Yeah, they do.
Absolutely,
They look
absolutely
really
love.
good.
And then with that camera, I can patch into whatever Bluetooth, if I got a headset.
Oh, okay.
That way I don't have to use my Rode microphones and a whole bunch of attachments and stuff like that. It's awesome.
That is.
Mike Ball says he's got the iPhone 17 Pro right now.
Oh, nice. My son had a 13 for a while, and I was impressed with that. So I can't imagine what a 17 Pro Max or anything like that would be.
Yeah, Desert Outlaws says that his was free though. Yeah, if you can go to, what is it, T-Mobile, they'll give you a friggin' free phone if you sign your life away. I think it's a 2-year contract.
I might have to look into that soon.
Brown Chicken says iPhone ain't worth the money. I love Samsung, and
Yeah.
I'll never bounce away from it. But everything is the same nowadays. There's not. It's like comparing a Ford to a Chevy. It does its job that it's supposed to.
They're both riddled with recalls.
Have you seen the latest Ford recall?
No, probably not. Is it about the R10, another R10 recall on the transmission, or?
This one is the axle nut.
Oh.
On the rear of F-150s. That's 700,000 vehicles affected.
For the pinion, the pinion on the rear.
I guess it's a semi-floating in the rear, and it literally has a friggin' an axle nut, like a CV axle or something. That friggin' nut snaps off from the factory, and the axle just spins in the housing.
Oh my God!
It's
wow.
Stupid. I hate engineering. Brown Chicken says Dodge made some minivans in the 90s that worked as well as Altel.
Yeah, Altel. An old US cellular, or
That's right. Yeah, the original Dodge Caravan.
Not good.
I had a friend that imported one from South America, and it was a diesel 4-speed manual. Dodge Caravan. Oh, Plymouth Caravan, they called it.
That would be cool.
I think it would be pronounced Caravan. That dude, other countries make some weird shit. I wish America would get more weird shit. Everything in America is so watered down nowadays.
It is very watered down, simple for the masses, no fun. Unless you got the money.
Well, I was a Volkswagen enthusiast, still am. I like the water-cooled Volkswagens and stuff. And the European cars were always so different than the American model cars. Different bumpers, different electronics, stuff like that. You don't see that anymore. There's no reason to import, a Golf GTI from Germany because they're all the same. It's made to a world standard nowadays.
Yep.
But they've taken the personality out of vehicles. It's an appliance nowadays.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Brown Chicken says prepay is the way to go. Somebody's a drug dealer. Why sign a contract for $200 a month when I get the same
Oof.
service for under $50? It's true. Suspiciously, a $50 bill is the most traded currency for drug dealers. So I understand. He's a drug dealer. Desert Outlaw says your service is expensive up there, Brown Chicken. He's got himself 130 per phone. Is how much it costs. That's not too bad.
Yeah, I think that's about what we are.
Yeah. I think with mine, and I paid cash for my phone, so the phone's paid off, but my service is like $90 a month, but unlimited for everything. You know, as much porn as I watch, I need unlimited. I cannot be distracted
Right.
by contractual agreements. And listen, I'm not watching porn, I'm creating it. I'm not a pervert.
It's the AI credits.
Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah, the good old AI credits.
I every once in a while I experiment with AI. I use Power Director for everything I do for video editing. I experimented with it a little bit yesterday, and it's so annoying, and it uses so much resources on the phone. And I just assume that there's a data center that, you know, is run off of aborted fetuses. They just throw it into the boiler, you know. I know I'm contributing to the downfall of society every time I use AI for something.
There's an oasis that dried up just a little bit somewhere.
Yes. Yeah, drains a lake, you know, endangered fish are sucked into the friggin' boiler that's fed by aborted fetuses. Like, I know data centers are evil.
They are.
Definitely not Christian. You never see a cross at a data center. You never see an American flag at a data center. It's kind of weird.
That is interesting, huh?
Yeah.
Probably all owned by the Chinese.
Listen, the Church of Wheel is for getting people to think and wonder.
Yep.
Oh, you were working on a Jeep Wrangler recently. You did a clutch on it. How did that go?
It did. It went good enough to I got paid and I got paid well, which is good. So I feel good about it. And then after he left, he says, Colton is back in love with the Jeep. He loves the way it shifts now. Great job and thank you. So that was nice to hear that. It's very rare that you ever get that in this world.
A positive interaction with your customers.
Yeah, after you charge them a month's worth of rent.
Yeah, sure.
But it is what it is. Like,
we live in a complaint-based society. You know, people. That's why Google Maps exists. You know, all these different review sites and all that crap, which I participate in as well. But I try to write as many positive reviews as I write negative reviews. But it's hard it's so easy to just talk shit.
It is, and so, like I've done it in the past too, where I'll leave a business and feel like really good about that interaction, and I'll call them on my way home and be like, "Hey, this is the manager. I just dealt with so and so, and I just want to let you know that you've got a really good one on your hands. Like, you give them a pat on the back tonight, you know, or something. Like, more people need to be told they're doing good things."
That's one thing. The first shop that I really worked in after, you know, getting out on my own and stuff like that, the lead mechanic, he was trying to train me to take over his position. And, you know, I went through all the circus of getting ASC certifications and all that crap. But every day at the end of the day, I worked the afternoon shift. He worked the morning shift because we had to cover, you know, a full day, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. And I'd come in a couple hours later, just cover the back half of the shift. And every time before he left, he made sure to tell me that I did a good job and he was proud of me. And that sticks with me like even today. Like I would love for anyone. It's just a simple like, hey, you're doing a good job. I'm sure you do that with your son all the time. If he does something good, you let him know.
Yep, exactly.
And you could see, he might have fucked up or screwed up or whatever, but you see the life get restored back in his face.
Yes. Yep.
Employers don't do that anymore. My
No,
dad
they don't.
worked for United Parcel Service, and when I was a kid, we had Founders Days where they would literally close a hub and bring all the families unlimited barbecue. We got to ride in the package cars and see the hub from the inside out. Like they don't tell OSHA, but in the 80s and stuff, we would actually they would start up the oh shit, the conveyor belts,
Yeah.
and we'd all sit on the conveyor belt and we'd ride the conveyor belt across the hub.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
we went to Ontario, California, where UPS has their, that's where they landed a lot of the 747s and stuff like that. And we got to go up inside the airplane. I got to sit in the cockpit, and the guy at the captain, he's like, flip whatever button you want. It's totally cool. And I sat there and flipped 100, like above me, around me, like for a 7-year-old kid. That I just like you show me a picture of a cockpit of a 747, and that's a happy place for me.
That's awesome.
And UPS would close down Disneyland and only invite the families.
Wow.
So every time I went to Disneyland, there was only 100 kids there. And companies don't do that anymore. They look at employees as a friggin', oh God, this guy's good. Yeah, just an expense or a liability. We've forgotten how to treat people in America. And a lot of it has to do with just pushing everything, out to China, and where people are. That's so sad, man. I miss those days. A lot of people think that "Make America Great Again" is a racist, and those people are fucking retarded and don't need to be listened to. But like, America used to be quote unquote great. Like, you used to be proud of your job. My dad was single source income, and mom stayed at home and raised 5 kids, 6 kids. And you could be proud of that. And we had great vacations and great homes and nice cars. And I don't see that anymore, man. I don't like where things are going. And everyone can complain or have their own facts and figures about what kind of wars we're playing right now, but I don't know, man. I worry about the future. I really do.
Yeah, I do too. But sometimes in my frame of reference, I guess, or at least my little world, that I just am so narrow. I don't want to say narrow-minded, but narrowly focused, maybe, just with, I'm a single dad, struggling junior, and I do need to broaden my vision, so that if and when shit hits the fan, that it's not like, oh, this is a surprise for me, like, I see the way things are trending as well, but at the same time, try to embrace what can I do for myself and my son today to make this day better.
It seems like we're caught up in the moment, and like everybody all together is caught up in the moment, and nobody's thinking about the future. Like, we've been taught to be scared of the future. I don't think our parents or their parents, our grandparents, I don't think any of them were scared of the future.
No, it was nothing but prosperity. And
not only prosperity, but hope, and you worked hard, and you instantly got rewarded for your hard work. Right now, I don't want to work hard because somebody will just fucking either tax me to death or divorce me to death, or like, fucking why work?
Right.
Welcome to the Church of Wheel, where things can get off the fucking rails really goddamn quick.
Yeah, we can talk you out of going to job and quitting your employer.
Yeah, ride motorcycles, quit your job, don't eat chicken.
Oh, that's funny.
SST says, I figured out a long time ago that I couldn't work for people more broke-assed than I was. That's... Have you ever been in a situation where your boss was obviously way more fucked than you were? You ever work for a drunkard? or somebody that just ain't got their shit together at all?
My dad.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I mean, he sunk that ship quick. So I saw it, and not to say that I'm on a course of success compared to him by any means, but yeah, I mean, he was a functioning alcoholic that just tanked his business and marriage. So I guess as in one, from one side, I learned a lot from that. So
Yeah. Well, you learn what not to do.
yes, but I didn't learn what to do. So that I'm still learning. I learned what not to do, but I still haven't learned what I need to do correctly yet. But
Yeah.
I think that's life.
That's funny. We're both the same age, and I can tell you right now, you'll never learn. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Yep. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm done learning.
Yeah. Get a rope.
Oh, go seal up the shop really good and start up a few engines.
Oh, dude, listen, if you're going out like that, I want you to start everything you own.
Start them all up, fill them up, right?
Yeah. Just don't just start one thing. Come on now.
What about diesel? Would diesel ever do it? Or would you get so sick?
No, the modern diesels that we have nowadays, you can't, it's impossible. You'll die of starvation before that happens. But the older diesels, yeah.
Like Rob's, these old Cummings 12-liter, whatever.
Oh, yeah. Open the shop anytime that fucker's idling. Yeah.
You should see Rob when he starts it. That just the black just pours out of the doors. Oh, it's so bad. It's hilarious. His ceiling above it is just black.
Out there starting it with ether.
No, he makes he takes a little grill or a charcoal grill and puts it under the oil pan.
Yes. That's an old Alaska trick.
Yeah, he does that for a couple hours. Heats up the oil pan and fires right up every time.
That's amazing. We got sweet Jody in here. Jody Genealogy. Good seeing here, Jody.
Good morning.
Motobomb says, gonna try a live stream to work. Shock mounted GoPro. Ooh. Good time. Hope it works. Our friend Tara does that all the time. It's easy to do.
Good luck.
The hard part is reception. Yeah, the hard part is reception every time.
So bad here.
Mike Ball's reminding us, be a man, quit your job.
Hell yeah, America.
Fuck yeah. Oh, it's funny. The latest video that's on my channel, which probably premiered 20 minutes ago for the public. At the end of it, I put in a clip from South Park, and I didn't get a copyright strike, but it wasn't a strike. It was just a copyright warning or something like that. It was I don't know if you remember the episode where the kids were told, what cool toys were cool. Like it was Chinpokomon and Alabama Man. So I put the Alabama Man commercial at the end of it, and it got a copyright pop. So the boys from South Park receive 0.0017% of the revenue of that video. So all 25 people that watch that video understand that you've made Matt and Trey very, very rich.
That's funny.
I try not to do that sometimes because I can get in. Oh, dude, it's so easy to get copyright stuff, and they'll go back like 10 years on your channel and pop you for copyright stuff.
Wow.
Yeah. Motobomb says hi to Brown Chicken. SST reminds us that someday never comes. He keeps changing his avatar. Yesterday, he was in support of Israel. He's laughing his ass off right now because that's not what his avatar was at all. Jody saying hi to everybody. Good times. I've been live for 2 hours, man. I'm getting tired of talking to my stupid face.
You have. You sent me a message right when right as the day was getting started. So from 7:20 until like about right before I jumped on, I was busy with all the morning stuff. So
Nice. When
But
do you
I
usually get
appreciate
started?
that. 6:50. We get up and get going, and then we leave the house about 7:25, 7:30. Get to school about 7:40, 7:45, and then I'm home about 8:05.
That's not bad. Any projects in the shop today?
Just this oil change on the Volkswagen, and then there is a CV boot on a four-wheeler, an ATV, a little ATV. Really fun little 14 millimeter bolts. I've already done the
Okay.
other side, so I know what I'm getting into. And
Now on an ATV, is it like the automotive where you just replace the whole axle? It already comes with the fresh CV boots and everything, or do you actually change out the CV boots?
I will actually change out the CV boots on this one, but they do make replacement axles, and I've done them both ways.
Yeah.
But for this one, the option was $60 boot, or like the axle was like $270. Now
no.
I could get it on eBay or something and wait 3 weeks to get the wrong part or something like that
Yep.
too. But there's a Polaris dealership just down the road, and just like with that Jeep, it needed a slave and a line, and
Okay.
like the slave was $66 my cost, and the line was like it was nothing. It was as cheap as you could find it anywhere online, and it was an original OEM part, so it's gonna be as shitty as it always was.
Yeah, it wasn't improved by any means. That's one thing I noticed about Mopars. Their parts from the dealership are very cheap.
I
Like
was really
window regulators are cheap. You know, you did a clutch parts were really cheap. I had an SRT8 Charger for a little bit, and I had to replace the brake rotors on it, and it was really cheap. You know, Brembo brake rotors, and they were like friggin' $60 a piece.
wow. Yeah, I was blown away. So yeah,
Got
just the CV boot, oil change, and then yeah, it'll be 3 o'clock and time to go get Junior.
good times.
Just like that.
SST says copyright laws ruin the internet completely. I still have a Winamp T-shirt from 1993. That's the program we used to rip music off of CDs and put it on the internet.
That's right.
It was the first MP3 coder, the first good one.
Is it Winmap?
Winamp.
Winamp. Okay. Winamp.
Jody says, "Where's your Grizzly Adams beard? It got sacrificed. It wasn't growing the way that I liked it, so I got rid of it. I'm gonna stick to my copyright goatee. The goatee that fits inside my CPAP mask. Don't get fat, kids. Anyway, I'm gonna wind some things down here and say bye to everybody.
Thanks for having me on.
Of course, Carrie.
Good chatting with everyone. I'll just say bye and go. Is that cool?
Yeah.
And then you wind it down. All right. Well, everybody wish you a good day and safe travels, Sterling. We'll talk soon.
Yep. See you, Carrie.
Peace out.
Good times. So yeah, Church of Wheel. Today was Hogwarsh. I'm getting the impression that they're not going to load me anytime soon. So I'm actually going to lay back in the padded room behind me and catch a little nappy times over here. And here in 30 minutes, the top of the hour, wherever your clock is, I want you to point to your clock and I want you to say, I am going to watch the Mike Ball Happy Hour. At the top of the hour, go check out Insane Wheels, Mike Ball. He's got today's latest news. I'm not cool. I'm not a good friend. I don't support Mike Ball. So you're not going to see a raid from the Church of Wheel because I'm doing this by a phone and there's no way that I can. I don't know. Can I? Yeah, I don't see from StreamYard where I can redirect. So ignore everything I've said. Insane Wheel says epic. I don't know what you're talking about. I said I want everyone to watch your show. It's the greatest show on earth, the Mike Ball Happy Hour, where he brings us the news. He drops the facts for an hour. And by the way, I want all of you to. I'm not going to set up a raid because I can't right now, but please go into his comment sections when he goes live here at the top of the hour. I want you to drop birthday cake emoticons, but I want you to bomb his show with it. So I want somebody to drop birthday cake emoticons like every 5 minutes of his show. I want to see swarms of birthday cakes because Mikey Ball over there is celebrating a birthday tomorrow. So I want you to drop birthday cakes in his comment sections on both sides, especially the vertical side. Don't do anything in caps lock. It is monitored very closely, but birthday cake emoticons. I want his show to get bombed. Every 5 minutes, start dropping them. And do that to my good friend, Mike Ball. I probably shouldn't have said it live on the show while he's watching, and just surprise him all at once with a birthday cake raid. Mike Ball is turning 17 years old tomorrow, which means he can buy alcohol in Mexico, which is pretty cool. It's pretty cool, right? Tolga, Tolga saying hi to Mike. Oh, that's too funny. I'm such a silly goose. Sweet Jody saying hi to Tolga. Jody had some good videos on her channel this week, by the way. Tolga saying hi to it's Mrs. Jody, Mrs. Sweet Jody. Insane wheels. Hear the battle cry. Where metal and mayhem never die. I forgot the rest of the lyrics, and he's gonna text me anyway. Mike Ball saying hi to Tolga. Tolga is the king of Pakistan, by the way. I don't know if you were watching earlier, but he's flying out to America to hand deliver me a precious goat. And because the last 10 goats that he shipped to me have been defective, and Tolga is the utmost in customer satisfaction. If you kids need a goat, go to goatsovernight.com and you can see Tolga's handiwork. He does videos of all of his goats, so it's a lot like RM Sotheby's auction. Really good reports on everything that's coming up for auction and stuff. It's really cool. Mike Ball says birthday cakes. Yeah, I want everyone to bomb him with birthday cakes. Mike Ball, listen, this is a serious show. You don't have to shed a tear, my dear friend. And yeah, I'm going to catch you kids later. I'm tired of talking with my stupid face hole. Thank you for stopping by a vertical Church of Wheel. Today's show was Hogwarsh. And every once in a while, I'll do these vertical lives because it helps promote my brand a little bit. My brand, the Sterling Wheel brand, Sterling Wheel channel. I am your guest pastor. Before I leave, I always talk about observations from the road, right? And I've noticed that people are on edge. People are a little dicey. People are a little slicey and dicey and julienned. And I want to remind everybody to cool it the fuck off and stay off my fucking highways. These are my roads. I'm tired of you not using your turn signals. I'm tired of you slamming on your brakes in front of me. Stay the fuck off of my highways. These are my highways. Stay home. Let's flatten the curve. I support ForgottenAngelsFlorida.org, by the way. And that's pretty much it for the show. I don't want to do this anymore. Sweet Jody says, "Oh, thanks, Sterling. Yeah, we got to support each other around here." Sweet Jody. Jody Genealogy has a great channel. As I sit here and ponder, one of you can drop the link to her channel. She can drop her own link, of course. And she also has her other channel. I want to say it's called Marketplace Boutique. Is that the other channel? Anyway, she's got a couple of good channels. She's fun to watch. She's a good upper Midwestern gal. And yeah, I'm sitting here stalling because I don't know what to say with my stupid face hole because I've done this for 2 hours and 12 minutes. And I will press a button to make things go away. Thank you for joining the Church of Wheel. And I'm going to press some buttons. Jody says, I want goats so bad. Goatsovernight.com. I'll put you in contact with Tolga. Tolga, load up another goat on your private jet. And when you visit me tomorrow, I need you to stop in Michigan and drop off another goat. Can you give Jody a goat, please? He'll do it. He's got great customer service. Just the mail order goats haven't been working out. I've ordered 10 of them. Most of them are defective or broken or traumatized. And nobody wants traumatized goats. It's not good. I'm going to press buttons. Things are going away. I hope you can handle it. Thank you for watching the Church of Wheel. I'm out of here.
God Bible, my mouth waters for the things of God. One thing led to another. Now I'm standing before you, a new Lord hooked on God's word. Outright, my heart's burning. I'm fire for God, taking every breath I take. In life, but I'm retired of crime. Living in trouble, desert is coming to turn. In life, the finish line, God first.
Yum yum, it's a flavor I just thought of. Oh, Sunny D and rum, yum yum. It's so good I can't get enough. Oh, Sunny D and rum, yum yum. Take a run and give me some more. Sunny.
What makes New Buñuelito cereal a Mexican adventure?
It's as fun to say as it is to eat.
The sweet, crunchy combination of cinnamon and a touch of honey is a Mexican adventure of fun in every bite. The cinnamon and honey part of this balanced breakfast.
As fun as
Uncle Tim, you know, it was his birthday 4 years ago. We got him. He's a security guard. He got a brown clip-on tie. And 3 days later, I come walking in wearing brown pants, matches his tie. Irony, don't you think? It's like when Jimmy Moriarty punches you in the face, but, you know, although it breaks your nose, it really hurts his right hand. Yeah, it's like playing a $2 scratch-it lottery ticket and losing. Come back here. It's like rain on a
Suffering until the end, left to die.